Hello folks, and welcome to this video which is on building a management system for managing orders. Okay, this vibe here, managing orders. Now this is a waffle free video, so I'm gonna get straight to it. Let's go. Alright folks, so to kick this one off, I'm gonna just clear the decks. You don't need to do this, but I'm gonna delete from... What am I going to delete from? I'm going to delete from store shopper track. I'm going to delete from store basket as well. And I'm going to delete from store orders. Okay, I just want to clear the decks. That's the vibe, right? And now I would like you to open up the front end of the website here. And we're going to add an item to the shopping cart just as an ordinary customer. Okay, so I'm going to log in as a customer like so, and there we go. And you should have the green go to checkout button open. That's what we're looking for, and if you can get to this page, it would be very cool indeed. Okay, right, next I would like you to open up your PayPal module. Here it is here. And do you remember how we had a thing in here that was called is on test mode? Remember that? I would like you to change that from false to true, okay? We're going to be doing some stuff here just for testing. It's all going to be cool, okay? And then underneath that, you'll see that we've got draw checkout button, and we've got a variable called on test mode. Can you see that? Well, I would like you to create a new data variable, and we'll make this one called on test mode, and it's going to be equal to that on test mode variable. Okay, pretty simple, pretty simple. Now I'd like you to open up checkout btn. This is the green checkout button, remember, and underneath, right at the bottom here, right at the very bottom of the page, I'll space down so you can see it. I'd like you to do an if statement, which is if on test mode is equivalent to false, then we're going to draw a form, right? So form open, we're going to send them to PayPal/submit_test. Okay, now let's close the form before we forget. And in fact, let's encase the form inside a div. Okay, like so. So the whole form is going inside a div, something like that. And I'm going to do a little bit of styling here. So style equals, let's just do clear both. How about text align center? Does that sound okay? Maybe even margin top 24 pixels. I don't know, something like that. Okay, just a div that we're going to have this form inside. So now I'm going to say echo enter number of orders you'd like to simulate, like that. And we're going to say echo form input, and we'll call this variable num orders. Okay, just num orders, and then immediately after that I'm going to do a form submit, just like that. We'll call it submit. There we go, with a value of submit with an uppercase S. And finally I'm going to add a hidden variable. So form hidden, and the variable is going to be custom. Okay, custom. Remember folks, we already have a custom variable here. If we look up the top of the file, you'll see that we've got a custom variable on line 7. Now what is the custom variable? You remember this. The custom variable is an encrypted version of the session ID, right? And that's all we need. That is all we need. So the vibe now folks is that if we refresh this page, now hold on, I've mixed a variable name up somewhere. Stay cool, stay cool. We've got on test mode is on test mode, right? Okay. If I'm so sorry. If on test mode is true. Okay. I know you were screaming at the screen there. Sorry I missed that. Anyway, here we go. We're going to hit refresh. Okay. There we go, looking good. So the point of this is that we can type in a number here, hit submit, and it's going to simulate a whole bunch of PayPal purchases, and it's just going to be something that's quite handy for testing, okay? Now, I'm not going to bother. I repeat, I am not going to bother with all of that PayPal business curl and all of that. I'm done with that stuff, okay? But I am going to simulate creating a vehicle order, making the shopper track thing work, and all that stuff, okay? So let's go to PayPal here, and we'll build a function up called function submit underscore test, and this is where all of the action's going to happen. Now, first of all, I'm just going to say on test mode is this underscore is on test mode, okay? And now I'm going to clarify the variables that have been posted. Now, the first variable we had was num orders, right? So num orders is this input post num orders true, okay? And then the next variable is going to be custom, because you'll remember we posted custom as a hidden variable, okay? And now I'm going to do an if statement, and inside here there's going to be two things, and we'll do an or statement between the two, right? So the first condition is going to be if on test mode is equivalent to, now let me get this right, if it's equivalent to false, right? Or not is numeric num orders. If any of those two things happen, I'm going to do a die statement, okay? Not allowed. That's the vibe. However, assuming they get past this and everything's okay, then we can just simulate order creation. Now, how does this work? Well, as a reminder, our IPN listener does a whole bunch of stuff, and it inserts into the PayPal table. Do you remember all of that stuff? And then it loads up the store orders module, and it runs this auto generate order thing, right? That's basically it, okay? So I'm gonna head down here, and I'm gonna paste that in, and everything should be fine. Or will it? Well, maybe not, because we need to clarify a couple of those variables. Look at this max ID thing, right? Now, the max ID would actually be the PayPal ID, the ID from the PayPal record, you know. So I'm just going to make an ID up. I'll use 88. It's just a number that I like to use for testing, okay? Now, the customer session ID, we need to do a bit of work to get that. We need to say this, load module, site security, okay? And then I'm going to say customer session ID is this, site security, and let me bring up site security so you can see what's happening, because we are going to be calling decrypt string, okay? That's the vibe. Decrypt string, and we're going to decrypt the custom variable, okay? So we now have a thing that goes ahead and generates an order, and that's all very cool. However, let's not run it just yet, because there's something else we need to do here. You see, remember that we might want to simulate 100 orders or 50 orders or something like that. So we're going to need some kind of loop here, right? Let's do a for loop, right? And I'm going to say that for I is blah, blah, blah. You can see what's happening. And I'm just going to add num orders here. And so as we do the loop-de-loop, that is when we are going to insert or auto-generate an order. Pretty straightforward. Do you agree? Look, I'll move it down so you can see it all. See? Do you agree? Pretty straightforward. But beware, because if you remember, there's a thing on store shopper track, and this gets called when an order's created. Look at it, it's transfer from basket. And what it does, You remember this? It takes things from store basket, transfers them to store shopper track, and then it deletes from store basket. That's the key point. It deletes from store basket. So think about this. If we just do this for loop and we do auto-generate order over and over and over again, well, it's only going to work once, because this code here on store shopper track is going to delete from store basket. So how do we solve that? Well, the answer is remarkably simple. All we have to do is copy this section of code here. We'll take it over to the PayPal thing, and before we do that loop, okay, before we do this for loop, I'm going to paste this stuff in. I'm going to remove the insert statement because I'm not inserting anything here. But what we are doing is we are declaring and clarifying the store basket data. Okay, can you see what's happening there? In fact, let me just huddle up these module load things, because I think we agree that that looks a bit neater, you know. So check it out. What I'm doing is I'll run you through this. When we hit submit, it makes sure everything is cool. We then create a PayPal ID of 88 just for testing, folks. Who cares about PayPal, right? 88, we load up some modules. We get the session ID, here it is here. And then what I'm doing is I'm remembering what is in the basket. So every time we generate an order, as soon as we have finished generating an order, I'm going to say this store basket insert. And what are we going to insert? We're going to insert the store basket data. And we need to do that so that this thing's all going to work. And then finally, right at the end, I'm just going to echo finished. Okay, pretty simple, folks. So if we go back to this page here and we hit refresh, okay, and I'm going to simulate 37 orders. Here we go. So 37, submit. Okay, finish. That was pretty quick, actually, maybe too quick. If we browse store orders, you can see there are 37 orders here. If we have a look at store shopper track, you'll see there's 37 orders here. Everything is fine, and that is very cool. Okay, so now I'm going to bring this whole thing to life, and it all starts by opening up left nav links, okay. I'd like you to copy those 3 echo statements there and paste them in, and then we're just going to tidy things up a little bit like so. Okay, a little bit of tidying up, and we're going to clarify a couple of variables. The first one is the target URL, which in this case I'm going to copy from down here, and it's going to be blah 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 status 0. Okay, status 0, because remember, when an order is created, it has a status of 0. Now what 0 means is order submitted. Okay, so if you look at the if we go to the navigation thing here, give me a second here. Give me a second here. Oh gee, sorry, I was mucking about with the admin panel. Let me just get my act together. Right. Okay, so keep an eye on the top left hand side here, and you can see that we now have order submitted. Okay, and that's the status. I should probably say orders submitted plural. Okay, is that about right? Let's see, manage orders submitted. Yeah, that's fine, that'll do me. And the next vibe is to get this page here working, this browse page, okay? Now, if we have a look at, say for example, well, the page we're on, actually, store items. This is quite a nice page. I'm happy with this. I like the way it looks. So I'm going to be heavily influenced by this page, okay? So I'm going to open up store orders, like so. And then I'm going to open up store items. And I'm going to grab the thing called manage from store items, and I'm going to paste into store orders. But where it says manage, I'm going to say browse, okay? And I'm going to make a new file inside the store orders. It's a view file. So here we go. So new folder, it's the views folder, and inside the views folder, creating a new file called browse.php. Now browse.php will be remarkably similar to store items manage, okay? Very similar. So I'm copying that and I'm pasting in. Now delete all of, close all of the other files just so I don't make any stupid mistakes. And we'll do a few tweaks. First thing, I'm going to change the headline so that it says manage orders. Next, where it says create item URL, I'm going to change that to PayPal URL. And I'm going to have a button that takes them straight to PayPal, okay? So http www.paypal.com, and the text is going to say visit PayPal, and that's okay. What else have we got? Well, where it says items inventory, I'm going to say your orders. Okay, you might want to try a different tag here. I'm not going to bother because I'm in a rush. Next, I'm going to change these fields. We're going to have date created. We are going to have customer name. We're going to have order status. And then we're going to have opened. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I think I can live with that. Next, moving along, we've got an edit item URL thing. We do not need that, okay? We've got a view item URL. I'm changing that to say view order URL, and that's going to change down here as well, okay? Now, the view order URL is going to be store orders, blah, 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 blah. This vibe that says status here, I'm going to change that to say opened. And if opened is 1 and everything's cool, it's going to say opened. Otherwise, it's going to say unopened. And the label is going to be important. I think that's what they call it. Okay. Now, let's load up the time date module. And let's clarify the date created. So date created is this, time date, get nice date, and that's going to be with row, date created, and the format is full, okay? So this first cell here is going to have date created, okay? The next cell, well, I'm going to leave that for the moment. We'll come on to that in the next video. I'll just do 3 X's, okay? Same with this one. 3 X's will do. We don't need the edit thing, as I was saying. Now we've got status desk. That's all good. Yes. Right, that's excellent. So now if we open up store orders, we've got a query that says get order by item title. That's not too cool. I'll do get order by ID. We save, we jump on in, we go to manage orders, head in here, and look, there are the orders. Everything is looking fantastic. Fantasticola, actually. Fantasticola. So, not too bad. That's not too bad. Look, we've even got a button that goes to PayPal. And everything is cool. And PayPal is still taking about 10 years to load, but that's okay. Anyway, good stuff, right? Now I'm going to add some of that pagination vibe. If you have a look at the custom pagination module that we like to use, you'll notice that there is a thing here called Get Settings for Public Bootstrap. but we do not have get settings for admin. Okay, we do not have that. So I'm going to copy this stuff here that was kept for future reference. I'm going to paste in here, and I'm going to call this one get settings for admin. Okay, now to figure out what kind of HTML code we need to make pagination work on this. Now remember, we have not done any pagination on this admin panel yet. At least if we have, then I cannot remember. So to get an idea, I'm going to go to localhost Yanux, and I'm going to have a little click around, maybe somewhere like here. Is there any pagination? Hello, do we have any pagination? Apparently not. Let's try here. This could be embarrassing. Hold on. Tasks. I'm looking for some pagination vibes that we could use, you know. Let me just see. Forms. No, there must be something. Oh, gee. Gallery. Let's try here. Oh, well, actually, there we go. I just spotted that. There's some. See where it says simple table? Excellent. That's what we need. So I'm going to view the page source. I'm going to find the bit that says simple table. Here we go. And if we scroll down, you'll see a little vibe that says pagination centered and all that. Can you see that stuff? Now, I've copied that. And for the moment, only for the moment, I'm going to paste in like this. Okay, so that's the code that we are looking for. This is the code you are looking for. Okay, now if we just have a look at that, take a mental picture of that code. Okay, and now go upstairs here and have a look here. Can you see how they are kind of similar, you know? Kind of, right? Okay. Well, I think they're kind of similar. Maybe it's just me, you know. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm probably just going to do something like this. Num links, I'm going to say 10. Okay, I don't want quite as many links along this page. Now for all of this full tag open and all of that stuff, I am just going to copy this. Okay, and I'm going to paste in here like so. Okay, and there's only a couple of differences really that we need to be aware of to make this work. And here is the main difference. If we look, you can see that this whole vibe is encapsulated by this div here. So I'm going to go up here where we have full tag open, and I'm pasting in. Okay, next you can also see that we've got a UL here. Can you see that? So I'm going to add in the UL, and actually if we add in a div, I think that's just about it. You can see that they are using next and previous here, which is quite good actually. So let's also do that, right? So the previous link is going to say prev, and the next link is going to say next. And folks, that's all there is to it. Okay, we've just made up some pagination settings, and this is going to look fantastic on the admin panel, on this admin panel. Okay, so now we just need to add in our pagination stuff, get this all working, and everything is gonna be fine. Okay, so let's talk about pagination. The vibe is we have not used any pagination here on the admin panel. However, if you look at the front end of the website, we did have a glorious example right here. Okay, this page, I mean, this was awesome. Was this not an awesome vibe? That was actually pretty good, and I think you'll find that all of the action for that happened on store categories. Okay, that was the page where all the action happened. And as a matter of fact, I think it was this view thing. If I add a little X here and we refreshed, you see, it breaks the thing. So this is where all the action is. Yes, thank you very much. And I'm going to kind of base what we're doing on the way that we handle that stuff, you know. So I'll copy this load custom pagination thing. We'll go back to store orders, and right at the top here, I'm loading up the custom pagination module. Okay, nice start. Let's move on. Next, there's two queries that happen here. Can you see that? So I'm going to copy this vibe here, and we'll head over like so, and we'll do that. Okay, now actually I should put this site security thing. Well, no, that's fine. Sorry, it's okay. I'll just space out so you can see what's happening. Okay, good. Now, can you see what's happening if we change the word items to orders? Okay, and then we'll change the word fetch orders that belong to this order status, right? And then fetch orders for this page. Does that all make sense? I do hope that makes sense. So we've got a vibe called generate MySQL query. Okay, now we do not need an update ID, but we'll keep the use limit thing. Okay, we're going to keep that. And if we jump into store categories, we have a look for generate MySQL query. This is the general structure that we want. Okay, so I'm going to copy that, but I'm also going to copy get limit and get offset, because we know that that stuff comes in handy, right, when we're doing this. So if we go to store orders, I got a wee bit lost there, and I'm just going to paste in the stuff. So we've got get limit, get offset. Now check this. If we go to the page, let's talk about the page where all the action happens. Here, the offset is going to happen on 1, 2, 3, the fourth segment. And look, by great miracles, this is looking at the fourth segment. That's excellent. Okay, now the limit, it's saying 20 per page. That's okay as well. I can live with that. And then we've got this generate MySQL query thing going on. Okay, so for the generate query, we do not need update ID. However, we do need to calculate the order status. Do you know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about this stuff here. We've got status 0 and all of that. Okay, so it's very easy. I'm just going to say order status is this URI segment 3, and then I'm going to say order status is string replace. And what are we going to replace? We're going to replace the bit that says status, and we're going to replace it with nothing. Okay, and we're going to do that to order status. There we go. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much indeed. Now, if not is numeric order status, then order status equals 0. So hopefully that will make it kind of difficult to break this thing. Okay, and for the moment, only for the moment, folks, don't get too excited, but just for the moment, I'm going to do a very basic query. Select all from store orders where order status equals order status order by date created descending. Okay, now I will change that later on, but that's kind of just to get out of the starting blocks. Okay, now if we move up upstairs here, and you see how we've got this query data query vibe here, I'm going to take that out, and instead of that I'm going to have data query equals this, and we will fire a custom query like so. Okay, so if we now refresh this page, okay, it looks as if nothing has happened. However, if you go to the get limit thing and change it to 2, let's say, then you'll see that that's actually working. This is, believe it or not, looking pretty good, and I am happy. However, we obviously need to get the pagination vibes happening. So to do that, let's refer to store categories again. Let's have a little look at this view thing and we'll see what happens next. So as you can see, we have some vibes here that I'm going to copy, okay, and I'm going to take them right across, and let me just do something like that, okay, and I'll space out like that, and then we'll paste in, okay. So I should do a comment actually and say generate the pagination, okay. So that's how that stuff works. Now the template is going to be admin, and it's going to do all of the stuff, offset, segment, yep, everything is just fine. The only thing to look out for is this if template is admin. Now if we go to custom pagination, okay, and if we look, you can see a vibe up the top that says if template is public bootstrap, then blah 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 blah. So I'm going to say else if template is equivalent to admin. Well, in that case, the settings equal this, get settings for admin. And remember, we already made that. Here it is here. It all looks just fantastic. So, moment of truth. If we now go to this page here, which all looks kind of cool to me, and I'm just going to say echo showing. Actually, I need to check something. Give me a second. I need to check something. Store orders. Let me just echo data showing statement. I want to see exactly what this thing looks like, you know. So let me do that and hit refresh. Get target pagination base URL. Oh, I forgot that. Sorry. Haha. Store categories. Here we go. Get target pagination base URL, and joy of joys, it's perfect. We don't need to do any work. We can just paste that in, okay. So here we go, refresh. Okay, and I just want to look at the source. Right, that's good. So I'm going to need to put this inside paragraph tags, okay. Right, excellent. Are you ready to rock? And are you ready to roll? Then let's rock and roll. So we're just going to echo out right here. I'm just going to echo the, I'll do P, and then showing statement, okay. So look at that. We now have a glorious showing statement. It's going to say showing items blah to blah, right? And then in here, I'm just going to echo the pagination stuff, okay. And then right down the bottom here, I'm going to echo out the pagination stuff again. You can use short tags if you want. That's probably better actually. But if we refresh this page, then ye shall see that it does not look too bad. I think I'm going to align this to the left. That's the only thing that I'm not too happy with. So if we go to settings for admin, and I'm going to change centered on line 121 to left, hit refresh, and look at that. Folks, it's absolutely fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. And as a matter of fact, if we go to this total, we've got this total items thing here, right? I'm going to just change total items to like 120 and hit refresh, and look at that. Does it not look fantastic? Let's change it to 450. Look, doesn't that look fantastic? Here's the last one. There's the first. It's absolutely fantastic. So that's that sorted, and we are in very, very good shape, folks. In the next video, we're going to do these view order pages, and we're going to manage the orders, so changing order status and all of that kind of stuff. Join me. We are almost there. I'll see you soon. Bye.